Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and at the request of one of my patrons and a bunch of people on stream, I'm going to show off the deck list for my winningest deck on Arena, and as you can see, I've tried a couple different decks. A lot of different strategies, different color combinations, but this thing is disgusting right here. So it's called the Cursed Wave. Let's see if anybody gets that reference. Yeah, I'll just gonna cheat and Google it. I'm not going to read every single card verbatim because at this point you should know what a lot of these cards do, but some of the more obscure ones I might pause on. So first up we got Chart of Course. That's just draw with basically raid. It's draw 2 for 2. Usually you won't have raid, I'll just tell you that right now. It's just getting to the right card. Speaking of that, search for Azcanta. This one's tough to unlock. This whole deck's tough to unlock, by the way, in Arena. But yeah, it's, not really card advantage, but it kind of is, because I always tell people drawing the right card is infinitely more valuable than just drawing a card, because if you didn't need that card, well, it did nothing for you. Then we got 4 kill spells, dirt cheap, dirt quick, love it. I mean, yeah, murder would be a little bit better, but this whole deck is too slow as is. Then we got lightning strike, another real quick kill spell. I did want to replace this with a better spell. I want to say lava coil or whatever that one is. I think that also cost 2. I don't remember. Lightning Strike's not bad either. Then we got Sinister Sabotage. I did have to trim it down to 2. That's a shame. But yeah, if you're just sitting on that, you can counterspell something. Love it. And Surveil 1, because this is all about, you know, going through the deck and getting what you need. Then we got Fight with Fire. This is 5 damage to any target creature for 3. That's pretty darn nice. But then also, if you kick it, you can divide 10 damage however you want among anything. Planeswalkers, their life total, creatures, whatever you want. Absolutely great finisher. I mean, it costs 9, but you get there. Then we got Thief of Sanity. Just hit them and steal some of their cards. I mean, it's kind of like outdrawing them 2 to 1, but selectively and hitting them with their own deck. So, pretty darn good. Wish I could fit 2 in, but this deck, you can't fit anything more in it. Then we got Beacon Bolt, or as I always call it, Bacon Bolt, of course. You can cast this twice and it does a boatload of damage, but I only have 1 because it's kind of late game only. Early game it'll do literally nothing because it cares about the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard, which is late game pretty high and early game not very. Then we got Sift, just another draw 3, discard 1 for 4. I mean, it's a little bit later. But it's nice. I mean, it just loads up your hand. Then we got Ritual of Soot. Very, very, very important card. I mean, you might notice these are just straight rares just about, but like I said, it's hard to unlock this deck, but whatever. Destroy all creatures with converted mana cost 3 or less. So if they're trying to flood you, just try to get to this. I mean, it'd be nice if there was 4, but it would be nice if this deck didn't have 50 different concepts in it. Speaking of that, we got a 4-cost Exiler there. Takes out a Phoenix, takes out a Planeswalker. Pretty damn important. It's 4 as double black. That's pretty damn vicious, but you get there once in a while. Then we got a Hostage Taker, another little kidnapper. Whatever's in play, it removes it, and then you can cast it. Pretty nice. Then we got Nicol Bolas, because this is a Bolas color deck. Oh, it's Grixis. Shut up. It has nothing to do with Grixis. It really doesn't. So you can pay 7 and flip them. That happens pretty often. If you do, draw 2 cards. That's pretty much the end of the game. You could take out a Planeswalker or creature if you really had to. You can resurrect something that's kind of cool, and then the negative 12 just wins. So he comes out, you plus 2 him, and they got to do 9 damage to him, which they will not. Then we got, let's just scroll all the way down. Rise from the Grave. Resurrect anything from your graveyard or their graveyard, because this deck beats your opponent with their own creatures. Eldest Reborn, same thing. They sack a creature or Planeswalker. This can take out a Planeswalker. Then they discard a card. That's just annoying. And then you resurrect a Planeswalker or creature from either graveyard. Absolutely fantastic. Then we got Angrath. I love him. Super underappreciated card in Standard right now. So +1, each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life. Huge. Absolutely huge. Just shuts them down. -3, gain control of target creature till end of turn, blah, 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 active trees and crap, and then at the end of your end step or whatever, if it has a converted mana cost of 3 or less, sack it. So they ain't getting it back if it's small. Love it. It's recurring removal. It's, you know, a way to win. It's just fantastic. Then -8. Who cares? I never do this. Each opponent loses life equal to the number of cards in their graveyard. That's usually lethal. So you bring him out, boom, automatically +1, and he's got 5 loyalties. So not the easiest to kill either. Then we got Banefire. It can't be countered. Very important. It can take out a Planeswalker, and it can kill a player. Very, very, very important. Usually you'll be launching this for about 10. Entrancing Melody. Steal their crap. Real simple. I'm already missing Kefnets. That was a honestly better card than this. But whatever, you know. Then we got expansion or explosion. So expansion, you copy target instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost 4 or less. That includes yours or theirs. So, you know, lightning strike or something, whatever. It cannot clone a Banefire because it goes on the stack with a higher CMC than 4. But for some reason, it can clone a kicked Fight with Fire. I'm sure there's a ruling about that. In my opinion, that shouldn't be the rule, but it does. So I've hit people for 20 by cloning it with expansion. Or, yeah, expansion, not explosion. Explosion is the other side. So explosion's expensive, but it's really damn good. So you pay 4 and then X on top of it, and it deals X damage to any target at all. Creature, planeswalker, life total. And then target player, which is always you, draws X cards. So I've cast this for 6 before. I mean, it's doable. This thing gets up into the 10 plus range because it's just so slow and just shuts them down. And then the rest are lands. And I've got 4 Drowned Catacombs, 4 Watery Graves, 1 Highland because I don't quite have the last Steam Vent. Then we got Sulfur Falls. Could use either of those actually. Cinder Barrens, got one of those, and it is what it is. And then Dragon Skulls. So yeah, really hard to build deck. Oh boy. I mean, you could honestly put in Evolving Wilds, but you kind of need the land draws at a certain point. So yeah, that's the deck. Blow everything up, draw cards, sift through your deck, and then resurrect their best stuff and kill them with it. Real simple. Either that or blow them up with Fight with Fire or Banefire, and that's it. So very, very, very slow deck, but it's like impossible to predict what this deck is going to do. And it usually ends up with just winning, in the long run the same way every time, but in the short run a different way every time. So very hard to play against. Very, very tough deck. Very tough to build an arena, unfortunately. It's just a pile of wild cards. But it's fun. And honestly, if you were to build this in real life, just take Bolas out, because I literally just put him in there because it's on color and I pulled one for free out of a pack. Yay. Just ignore him and put like another Eldest Reborn or something, or another... Who cares? The only expensive card would be Vraska's Contempt, and with double black, you could live without it. You could probably put in something else. I don't know. Beacon Bolt, no, that doesn't hit him. Banefire, maybe? Yeah, 2 more Banefires. Why not? That'll take out a Planeswalker. It's practically the same damn spell, actually. Won't help you with the Phoenix, though. But, yeah, nothing else in here is worth any kind of money except for the lands. Even Angrath, I think he's sub 10 for sure. Hostage Taker, cheaper than you think. Rest of this, I mean, Search for Azcanta is insane. So, okay, but still, I think this would be under 100 in paper. So, I would recommend building it. I think it's pretty fun. I mean, it's trolly, it's annoying, and it's slow, but it wins games. So, if I'm not in a hurry, I will play this deck every time. I've gone 7-0 in multiple tournaments with this. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next Deck Tech.